Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We close out today's show as my back handles everything as we get down to the final segment here. And, of course, as John Gordon said, there's too much fishing talk. So we'll try to arrange that for duck talk in July when John is with us. Wake up, John. We're still there, aren't you?
I'm up, Larry. I'm up.
Okay. Well, I know Ron Wong's always up when you're talking fishing. So
absolutely.
All right. Now, you know.
And I'm up for duck hunting.
Yeah.
I love hunting.
You do.
And you guys know that.
Yeah, because you love to eat whatever everybody kills. That's the way you are. So I know that.
That's part of it. And the other part of it is they're out there in the field and not on the water.
They're out of your way, right? So, well, let's see. We're going to talk scum frog in the last segment now. So if you're eating breakfast,
man, my favorite, one of my favorite ways to fish.
Don't think this is some kind of a delicacy. If you're eating breakfast right now, we're talking about scum frog. But to me, that's an expression that I've heard for years, and I know this gentleman that's coming up with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray probably knows more about scum frogs and snag proof than anybody else because he is the general manager for Southern Lure Company, which is part of the American Bait Works family of friends and things down of Ocean Springs, Mississippi, is Frank Mackin. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Well, when we'll do anything for Valerie Dixon. You got a good one there, okay? I mean,
I tell you, I don't know how we got her, but we stole her for sure.
Well, I'm so happy for Valerie. I know Ron is too.
Absolutely, real happy
because of all the help that she gave here on this radio show in her tenure at another lure company. That we hate to see.
Oh, you can say it, Larry. You can say it.
I hate to see it. It's really hard for me to drive down Washington Street in Collierville and know that Strike King's not there.
That's right.
But Valerie was one of those persons that I was really hoping because she spent a pretty good time there at Strike King. But I'm so happy for her and happy for American Bait Works that she has been able to step in and be the pro staff manager for American Bait Works. But, Frank, I know I hate to talk things with you, but golly, guy, you've been associated with this thing for a long time and was in law enforcement, I know. And my hat's off to you for your time in law enforcement. And thank you for 26 years of service in that, in special operations, and also your love of fishing. Because
I appreciate that, Larry. I really do. And you know, I think fishing was the only thing that got me through 26 years of law enforcement. I promise you. Every day on my off day, that's where I'd be. I'd be out in the boat fishing, or fishing a tournament somewhere, or getting a line wet. That really got me through it.
Well, anybody that grew up on Lake Okeechobee has to be. You know, I mean, that's part of it. But Frank, let's talk. And, Ron, you can jump right in there because I know American Bait Works is a lot of folks are familiar with their snag group, the Scum Frog, the Freedom Tackle Corporation, the Net Bait, the Halo Fishing, all the other different things that come along with this stuff. But talk about you've been with them for about a year and a half now, helping with the new logo, the package, a lot of different things you've been able to do. Talk about what's going on in your life because I think it sounds like you're pretty happy doing what you're doing.
I really am, Larry. You hit the nail on the head. I looked forward to retirement a year and a half ago. I was going to fish the tour and that's it. But I got the opportunity. The owner of American Bait Works, he needed somebody to kind of get these two brands, the Snag Proof brand and the Scum Frog brand, back into prominence, and
yes.
He asked me if I was up to the challenge, and I said absolutely. I will absolutely love to do that. And so the last year and a half has been a whirlwind. I mean, you know, both brands have been around for quite a long time. I'm sure if you open up any of y'all's tackle boxes, there's going to be no Scum Frog in there or Snag Proof Frog.
I guarantee you, Ron Wong still got a bunch. He hadn't opened them up yet. That's his problem.
Absolutely, I do. But I have to tell you something.
What?
Yeah.
What's so impressive about the new scum frogs that have come out are not only the new colors,
Oh, there we go.
but they now have an owner hook on there.
Yes, they
Sharpest hooks in the world.
That's a fact.
And that
is a fact. Yeah.
That's the trophy series. I mean, when you got something the trophy series, it better be good. You know, so and I'm assuming you came up with that name, right, Frank?
Well, but actually, the trophy series has been around for quite a while. It's one of their. It's been around for at least 15 years.
But you've done some new things to it, though, haven't you? I mean,
we have, yes, absolutely. We've added some new components. We've tried to answer some of the critics out there over the years. You know, some of the things were that it was too light to cast in some configurations. It had some inconsistent components, and the paint patterns were kind of not realistic or contemporary, up to date. So that was the first thing I did when I came on board was tackle the things that people wanted to fix about the brand, and we did that for sure. The components are all reworked. The tooling at the factory's all been redone. We implemented a brand new painting system. It's digital, and you get consistency every time when you put the frog through.
And it's all made. It's all made there in Ocean Springs, right? I mean,
all made right here in USA. That's correct, Ocean Springs.
And I wanted to ask Frank, because a lot of us got affected by Cristobal when it came through here last week, and Ocean Springs took a direct hit, and I was asking Frank, everything's okay, right?
That's right. Yeah, we had a lot of folks affected by some flooding, some localized flooding, because for those that aren't familiar with Ocean Springs, it is right here on the Gulf.
It's on the Gulf,
right next to Biloxi. Yeah, we're right next door neighbors, and we had some localized flooding, but everybody made it through. Not a whole lot of damage, and that's great. That's great. You know, the citizens of the area and in this part of the country. You know, we don't need any more bad news after COVID.
No. And again, we're talking to Frank Mackin, really a scum frog, and a lot of you snag proof. You folks know that and everything else. And I have to admit that not too many weeks ago, we had an angler on this show that named Scott Canterbury. And
he's one of ours.
He's one of the good ones. That's right. And he talked about the scum frog on this show. When he was giving away a trip, this young man's going to get to fish with Scott, and mentioned that. So Scott was speaking highly, and I was wondering, you talking about Ron knows what, if I ever came back in another life, I want to be able to name lures and color patterns. So
he wants, Larry, you really want to name a color?
Yeah, I want a color is really what I want to name, and I know you've got some new colors here too. Do they have names, or still they need to be named yet?
Well, we got some pretty crazy names, yes, on some of the new colors. Our resident artist that works here at American Bait Works is Andrew Gardner.
Okay.
He comes up with all of the paint patterns.
Okay.
So if you want to name any of the new paint patterns, feel free. You can shoot me an email here at Frank at American Bait Works, and I will put it in the pool.
Okay, what's a crazy color pattern?
Let's see. We got some of the new launch series.
Yes, that's what I want to know.
Okay, so the number one selling color.
Yes.
This is JT Kenny's favorite. He's already caught a couple of over 11s down in Okeechobee on it.
What is it?
The sloppy toad is what it's called.
Ron, did you hear that? The sloppy toad. That would have come out of my mouth for sure. Right there. I mean, a sloppy toad. Okay. All right. That would win the contest again. But Frank, I know that what's ahead? What are we doing for 2020 besides this? Is this the main thing?
Well, no, I tell you, Scum Frog's up and running. It's good to go. We got all the new tooling and everything in place. So for 2020, it's really focused on snag proof.
Okay.
Snag proof, I've been working on that one for over a year, trying to get all the concerns associated with that body on that frog straightened out, and we're really, really, really close. I'm talking within, weeks
Oh,
getting that
come
thing
on.
back up and running. So,
All right.
for the rest of the year, that's really, I'm focused on snag proof. I want that thing to come out and just be what it was back 60 years ago when they started. So 2021 will be the 60th anniversary for snag proof.
Really?
Wow.
As you know, Harry, that
Wow.
Yeah.
60 years in any business is amazing, but 60 years in the fishing industry is unheard of.
So if anybody out there is listening this morning, you have an original scum frog, a snag proof, what are those? 60 years. Well, we want to hear from you, okay? Because
I'm going to have to dig around.
Ron's going to start digging. He may take him a week or so, but he'll dig because he has them and everything.
Hey, listen, Larry, Frank, this year ICAST has been canceled, and they're going to have what they call a virtual ICAST. Can you tell our listeners, while we have you on the phone, or give us a sneak peek of a couple of the things that you guys are going to be introducing?
All right, that's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too, because just like everyone else, this is going to be kind of a work on the fly as we go here.
It will
this
be
virtual ICAST. But so all of the companies associated with American Bait Works will have new products, and we're going to have a new product showcase just like you would have if you had the actual ICAST. So the two brands that I'm in charge of here, we have the painted series that will be in there. So we'll have some new colors going into the frog category. But we have Halo Rods has the new Scott Canterbury series.
Yes,
They'll be
that's right.
In that. We've got Freedom Tackle has some new jigs and a new topwater bait. That's a hard bait. And so that'll be coming in the product showcase. And Set the Hook has two new hand-poured tournament baits.
There you go.
They'll have set up for us. So there's going to be a lot of new things coming out, and I'm just as excited as everybody else to see what everybody has to bring to the table.
Well, tell our listeners where they can go to for more information, as Ron Wong would always tell me. Frank?
Absolutely, yeah. For any of our products associated with American Bait Works, you can log online to AmericanBaitWorks.com and just click on the brands that you're interested in, and you'll get all the new news, the current news, and what's coming down the line.
Frank, we appreciate it, buddy. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and we will definitely stay in touch because I know Ron's got a couple of those baits he's going to be trying out there. So
that's right.
Look for that 10-pound bass with Ron Wong, the same one he keeps catching over and over. Okay? All right.
Sounds great, Larry.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay. Frank Mackin. All right, guys, thank you all for being with us. Let me tell you quickly about next week's show. The Tennessee Aquarium is back open and running full speed. We're going to talk to Tom Benson. And I just worked out yesterday that we are going to have on next week's show Major League Fishing's Heavy Hitters Champ. And not only that, we're going to have whatever angler in that tournament that ended just yesterday, whoever caught the big fish and won $100,000, we're going to have them back-to-back on next week's show. So we may call Ron Wong out of the closet maybe.
Absolutely. I want to be on that.
Let him listen in on that. John Gordon, thank you, buddy. You did a great introduction. I know your boss is impressive. You still have a job. Keep building the house, okay? So
thanks, Larry.
Appreciate you, John. Okay. And we're going to have on next month the scholarship winner from DU on this show when John comes back. And her name is, again, John?
Betsy Newbill.
Betsy Newbill. We're going to have her on next month's show also. Thank you, Shelby McCall. Thank you, Ron Wong. This is Larry Ray reminding you each and every week it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else, guys? God bless USA. Oh, that's great.